Because when Pestilence stopped, well, I looked at your discography and biography, there was not that much metal going on after that. Can you maybe explain, for people who don't know, what you did over, between maybe the Pestilence period and now the Obscura period?
The period that I worked with Pestilence was very interesting. Afterwards, looking back, I can say that working with these guys stimulated me a lot to get more out of my instrument. So what I did after Pestilence is studying bass for like 4 or 5 hours a day, working very hard to get more out of your instrument. And I played lots of different styles, so no death metal anymore, more got involved in jazz, in fusion, world music, and later on also flamenco. Flamenco was very interesting for me to play because a bass guitar has a rhythm-wise very interesting role, but also melodically very interesting role in an ensemble. So flamenco was really learnful for me. And later on you discover that you take everything with you, you know, also on a record like Cosmogenesis. Afterwards you can say, wow, I put a lot of that stuff on the record.
Because maybe when you can see you have played in these several genres now, what maybe would you say are parallels between some of them?
That's an interesting question. I think there's some similarities between flamenco and metal. Flamenco is rhythmically and also melodically very, very demanding. It's very technical music. Technical death metal is actually, yeah, they have the right match. You know, it's the same, actually the same ingredients. Also for bass guitar. When you're playing death metal, and that's why I like death metal as a style, as a bassist you can put a lot of melodic-oriented arrangements in music like this, which you also do with flamenco music. So that's very obvious that those two styles match.
But for example, if you have played, let's say, jazz for a period of time and suddenly you have to, let's say, play a flamenco concert or a metal concert, is there certain things that you really have to re-practice before going into that, or can you just more or less flawlessly go over into each genre?
Oh, you mean if you switch between styles?
Are there certain things that you have to maybe train on before you go into these styles?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if I would switch now back to flamenco, to an ensemble and do a tour, I would definitely have to do a lot of practice.
And what?
Yeah, sure.
What kind of practice?
Well, it's just a matter of different timing, and when you're working with a flamenco ensemble, you're sometimes working with dance, and with dance you really need to focus on movements. Which is of course different in death metal. So there's a lot of difference between those styles. So if, for instance, if you're playing for many years flamenco and you switch to death metal, music that we play is pretty demanding on bass guitar for me. So yeah, you have to prepare a lot, and then you have to think about studying 4 or 5 hours a day to prepare studio sessions or a tour.
Okay, yeah, then go back to metal. After this period of different genres and styles in exploring for you, how did you got back into Obscura, into metal? Were you asked? Did you propose? How did that go?
Well, actually, I got in touch with Stefan in 2004. So 5 years ago, Stefan contacted me and asked me if I would like to record their debut album. So he did send me some material, and I said no because I was very busy at that time with other projects. But we stayed in touch. So frequently we sent each other emails, and later on, he got back to me and he said, yeah, we are looking for a bass player. So that's how it started. Hannes already joined Obscura at that time, and so I got in touch with Hannes again too, because we already met before. And yeah, then I decided to join Obscura too.